Are you ready to party like it's 1999? Well, if you're a vintage player, you'll have a chance to, as the banned and restricted list released today only affected the vintage format. In an article on the Magic homepage today, Play Design team member Ian Duke went over the changes to vintage. After being one of the most dominating forces in the format for some time, Monastery Mentor is now restricted. One of the other top decks, Shops, will still get to keep its namesake, Mishra's Workshop, but is getting a small hit with the restriction of Thorn of Amethyst. Also, in a surprising move, one of the premier draw spells from the past, Yawgmoth's Bargain, has been unrestricted. The reasoning behind the change is that there have been other, more powerful draw engines printed since the card first debuted and was almost immediately restricted in 1999. A few months ago, right as Grand Prix Las Vegas was starting, a couple of photos of an uncut Rare and Mythic sheet from Ixalan started circulating online. The typical response from Wizards with any sort of leak is to not respond to it, as they don't want to confirm any information on spoilers. However, on the Magic homepage today, Vice President of Creative and Production Studio Scott Kelly, along with Daily MTG Editor-in-Chief Blake Rasmussen, released an article addressing these leaks. Kelly explained that a former temporary employee at one of the Magic printing facilities took a stack of uncut sheets and was recorded on a security camera leaving the facility. Wizards was notified of the theft before the picture started appearing online, and the thief was caught, arrested, and is currently facing charges. Rasmussen stated that due to these leaks, the Ixalan preview season would be approached differently. In an effort to prevent bad feelings for anyone who might have received a preview card that was part of the leak, Rasmussen revealed all 48 cards that were visible or partly visible on the sheet. This includes 7 of the mythics in the set, several legendary creatures, and the reprints of the Buddy lands originally released in Magic 2010. We can't go over all of the cards revealed today, but suffice it to say, Admiral Beckett Brass is a badass name. In addition to the story behind the leaks and the reveal of the cards on the rare sheet, the Mechanics of Ixalan article was also released today by Wizards Rules Manager Matt Tabak. First, Enrage will appear on certain dinosaurs, including Sun-Crowned Hunters. A common 5/4 for 4 red, it says Enrage. Whenever Sun-Crowned Hunters is dealt damage, it deals 3 damage to target opponent. Next, the Raid mechanic from Khans of Tarkir makes a return. Deadeye Tormentor is a common 2/2 human pirate for 2 and a black that says Raid. When Deadeye Tormentor enters the battlefield, if you attacked with a creature this turn, target opponent discards a card. Tishana's Wayfinder reveals the new mechanic Explore. A common 2/2 Merfolk Scout for 2 and a green, it says when Tishana's Wayfinder enters the battlefield, it explores. The Explore mechanic says, reveal the top card of your library. Put that card into your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, then put the card back, or put it into your graveyard. What would a pirate-themed set be without their ships? With the release of Ixalan, vehicles will be making their return to the game. Sleek Schooner is an uncommon 4/3 artifact vehicle for 3 mana and has crew 1. Also returning to the game are double-faced cards. Treasure Map is a rare artifact for 2 mana. It says pay 1 and tap it, scry 1. Put a landmark counter on Treasure Map, then if there are 3 or more landmark counters on it, remove those counters, transform Treasure Map, and create 3 colorless treasure artifact tokens with tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. The backside of Treasure Map is Treasure Cove, with this amazing new border, including the land symbol used on future shifted cards from Future Sight. Treasure Cove is a land that says tap, add a colorless mana to your mana pool, tap, sacrifice a treasure, draw a card. Finally, one of the biggest changes that will happen with the release of Ixalan is that all Planeswalkers will be considered legendary. Currently, the Planeswalker uniqueness rule says that anytime a player has 2 Planeswalkers with the same subtype, such as Jace or Gideon, regardless of the card name, one of those Planeswalkers is destroyed. With this update, Planeswalkers will be treated in the same way as legendary creatures are, so you will be able to have a Jace Beleren and the new Jace Cunning Castaway on the battlefield at the same time. Coming in with 3 starting loyalty and costing 1 blue, Jace Cunning Castaway says +1 whenever 1 or more creatures you control deals combat damage to a player this turn, draw a card, then discard a card. -2, create a 2/2 blue illusion creature token with when this creature becomes the target of a spell, sacrifice it. And finally, -5, create 2 tokens that are copies of Jace Cunning Castaway, except they're not legendary. That's our show for today, August 28th. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with all the latest Magic news and strategy. I'm Jeremy Knoll, and this has been Split Second. Well, if you're a vintage player, you'll have